All right. All right. We are back again today. Today's date is what? I'm still laughing at that. All right. Today's date is 8th May 2025. And I have an interesting topic I want us to try as much as you can in life to view life in multiple perspectives. It will help you a lot. I'm telling you. Most of the problems that we are facing, it's because we are stuck. There's a difference between being stuck and feeling stuck. If you are only feeling stuck, but when you are actually stuck in life, you see yourself in one position for over like 10 years or 5 years, you are still in that position. It simply means that you are stuck. If a car that was moving automatically or at some point stopped, it will remain in that location. And the reason why you are stuck is because you have exhausted all the perspective that you are seeing life. Let's assume now you are born with 10 perspectives, or you are supposed to born with 10 perspectives to see life in 10 different perspectives. One life on. Good, follow me. And then for some reasons, you are now seeing life in only 2 perspectives. What you fail to understand that when you finish exhausting those 2 perspectives, you will get stuck naturally until you force yourself to think if there is any other perspective apart from these 2 that I have. And immediately you discover a 3rd perspective, you notice you also move forward until you exhaust that 3rd perspective. The reason why rich people, politicians, pastors, top people, elites, rich people are ahead of every other average human being is because they view life in multiple perspectives. The wider your perspective that you are seeing life, the more relevant you are here. Then they narrow your perspective. It's just view life as lens. You see these glasses, let's assume you are wearing lens. Or ask women who always put contact lens in their eyes. Now, life is the only thing that makes you see this, your reality is this, your lenses. So you use your eyes as your lenses to see this reality. Now, if all what your lens contain is only these 2, that is all that you will see. Something can be beside you here and you cannot see it because you have only 2 perspectives. How well do you want me to explain this thing for you to understand? Try to view life in multiple perspectives. The thing is, the reason why that man is richer than you is because that man knows something that you don't know. The reason why that politician is using power to influence all of you is because they know what you don't know. Upgrade yourself in a perspective dimension and acquire as much knowledge as you can in life. It will save you. It will do. Let's go to today, even though we are talking about perspective, I want to read a post by someone I respect so much on the Blue app. Mr. Charles Awuzie. He doesn't add Mr. in his name, it's just Charles Awuzie. That is how humble he is. I've been following him for a long time. He inspires me a lot, even when I was still in Nigeria. Mr. Charles begins to write, "This is the most viral post on this platform." Now, before I continue, I'll tell you there are some posts, even though I respect a lot of what he says, there are some things, sometimes I don't agree with what he says. Don't mean that there are some things that I understand and then I have another perspective that I am seeing that same thing. In fact, in this same video, I will be explaining. I wish he would watch the video. I will be so excited if he acknowledged that he watched this video. Now, this is someone I respect so much. Now, he has some perspective of how he sees things. Now, even though I align with, at some point, I also have my own perspective personally. That I know that if you listen to my own perspective, you will be like, okay, this guy too. If you watch that My Garden of Eden, my own perspective of the Garden of Eden, he will be like, okay, this guy, even though he's a young guy, he knows what he's saying. But the context of this video is to address this his post, to review it in line with my topic, which is try to exhibit multiple perspectives. Thank you very much. Let's read. Mr. Charles begins to write, "This is the most viral post on this platform. I will pay you if you read this and it doesn't change your life." That is how confident the man is. If I finish reading this his post to you and you listen till the end and your life doesn't change, now there's something wrong. We need to consult a surgeon immediately. I'm telling you. Let's read down. Read again. Let me read again. "This is the most viral post on this platform. I will pay you if you read this and it doesn't change your life." Me, I'll add to any amount he's going to pay you. If you finish listening to this video and your life doesn't change, tell me, just DM me, say I listened to it carefully and nothing happened. I will pay you. I'll pay you for wasting your time. Okay, let's go down. Eden had no privacy. That is the topic. That is his own topic. The Garden of Eden had no privacy. Now, follow me. Inspiration drawn from the biblical story of Adam and Eve. My own too, it's inspiration from Adam and Eve. Despite the beauty and glory of Eden, you guys need to see how beautiful the Garden of Eden is. It couldn't support marriage. The one in the Bible, not family life or an intimate relationship, according to the Bible. Yes, Adam and Eve were forced to pack out of Eden in order to continue with their marriage. After a friend's wedding, a preacher mentioned that Adam yielded to Eve and had a bite of the forbidden fruit because he wanted to save his marriage. According to him, had Adam not eaten the fruit too, only Eve would have been driven out of Eden. And that would have been the first separation. But Adam chose his marriage over the beauty of Eden. First paragraph. Now let's explain. You know, there is this instinct of logic in all African men. It is just a natural. We are a very logical being. And logically, the young man is right. It's you that is saying that he is not right. The young preacher that said that Adam had to eat the fruit so that Adam will save his marriage. Else, they will send only Eve away from the Garden of Eden. So if they send only Eve away from the Garden of Eden, I will be the only one in this garden. How will I even enjoy this garden without this woman? Let me also eat this fruit. Since this woman has stubbornly eaten it, when God comes, God is going to chase this woman away. Let me eat it so that I will not support divorce or separation. Adam ate and submitted all his inheritance and followed the woman. Now, what that pastor is preaching is very, very beautiful. But my few questions to that preacher, not pastor, rather preacher, he said preacher. My question to that preacher is this. Turn around and look at your today's reality as a man. Because if what you are preaching does not reflect with my reality and my life, that means you don't know what you are preaching. So what you are preaching first, let's presume that is going to reflect in my reality. A man has where he's coming from, his roots. And a woman is coming, and a woman is there. And maybe a woman commits something. And the woman was sent out. And you are telling me that the man will have to sacrifice where he's coming from, where he's preserving him, to follow her. The question I'm going to ask this preacher is, what is going to sustain me and her outside the Garden of Eden? What is going to sustain Adam and Eve outside the Garden of Eden? How are they going to survive? How are they going to survive now? Except somehow, something must leave the Garden of Eden to come outside for them to use and survive. So, but what I'm trying to point, the logic I'm trying to point there is, sometimes men use logic to explain things in a way that it makes sense so much, but they are not seeing it in a different perspective to see it that even though it makes sense in this perspective, it doesn't make sense in this other perspective. It doesn't. It doesn't. Anyways, let's go back to the post. So what is it about Eden that nearly destroyed the first biblical marriage? This question has lived in my mind for many years until recently, when I logically analyzed the problem of the biblical Eden. The beautiful garden had no privacy. Now, this is Charles talking. Charles says that this thing has been troubling him in his heart. This story of the Garden of Eden, how can it just happen like that? That the man, instead of choosing the Garden of Eden, the man choose marriage over this Garden of Eden. But this Garden of Eden is this man's roots and where this man is coming from. How will this man survive outside? Mr. Charles said, okay, let's go in and do an analysis on the topic. And then he comes out with the conclusion that the biblical garden had no privacy. What do you mean, Mr. Charles? Let's read. Every animal could walk in and out of Eden. He begins to write. Even the crooked serpents had no restrictions of movement in Eden. Adam failed to build boundaries. He failed to secure the privacy of his home. So one day, while he was busy at work, the figurative serpent, listen, he said figurative. The figurative serpent took advantage of the porosity of Eden and penetrated his woman. Don't go. What Mr. Charles is trying to explain here is, while Adam was busy chasing money, while Adam was busy chasing career, while Adam was busy chasing resources, while Adam was busy, Adam failed to secure his home. When a wise man talks, it reflects in your reality. When you pursue wealth and fail to secure your home, you will always end up like Adam. You will eventually be chased out from your home. You will be chased out from your home. The contextual understanding of culture. When you follow a woman and run away from your culture, what you fail to understand as a man, you need to see a young man who is in love with a woman. How foolish this man can break walls, do mountains, kill himself because of a woman. This is the same man who has turned himself into Adam and failed to understand that in Garden of Eden there is multiple of women. In oceans of it, who will even happily enjoy life with you. Adam chose a woman over the garden, the beautiful Garden of Eden. And then he analyzed, he goes an extent of explaining that the Garden of Eden had no boundaries. Anything can crawl in and crawl out. So serpents came in and penetrated Adam's wife. How are you protecting your home as an African man? How are you preserving your culture? Is your culture so open that serpents can walk in and walk out of it? Is your home, is your marriage so open that anybody, you see people posting their marriage online, using their marriage for content? What you are doing is to keep it open for serpents to penetrate. You never see me come here to say anything about any of my wives. Never. It's not possible. I have a private moment that I keep it private. Highest you will see maybe a post that this thing happened to celebrate one thing or two things, and also to keep memory. To go and be keeping phone and start explaining, oh, this is what happened between me and this is in my family. Absent privacy. Your home is as open as serpents crawling and penetrated your wife. And today, both of you are divorced. Anyway, let's read down. Let's not dwell too much because of time. Mr. Charles continue writing. Another paragraph. Every animal could walk in and out of Eden. I explained that. Even the crooked serpents had no restriction of movement in Eden. Adam failed to build boundaries. He failed to secure the privacy of home. So one day, while he was busy at work, the figurative serpent, took advantage of the porosity, me and English, porosity of Eden and penetrated his woman. Continue, next paragraph. I believe that the serpent in that story is figurative. He highlighted figurative again. It represents third parties who suggest strange thoughts to you in the absence of your spouse. There are people who suggest strange thoughts to your partner. Underline partner, I don't agree. Your wife is not your partner. In your absence. But listen to the point. Some suggest that you are cheating and that they should investigate you. Those are the serpents that crept into Eden, your home. Anytime I mention Eden, know that it's your home, your family, your home. Some suggest that your partner is not good enough for you. They come as Facebook friends, Instagram crush, etc. And then slowly replace your spouse in your mind. Paragraph close. Next paragraph. Now let's explain this paragraph. The society understands, especially men, understands that women are the kind of creatures that, number one, they are impulsive, and number two, they always seek validation outside. They always seek glory outside. They can trade their peace for satisfaction, for outside satisfaction. A woman can wear high heel that she feels so uncomfortable. The thing is cutting her toes, but she will press it and wear it just to satisfy public, just to give public satisfaction. Oh dear, she is tall and beauty. And the society always takes advantage of that. Especially to any woman who is naive and who doesn't understand and knows who she is. They will be telling you your own is not good enough. Give them opportunity and give them chance. They will cripple in and take advantage of it. That person that is telling you it is not good, your marriage is not good, your marriage is trash, is eyeing your husband or eyeing your wife. It's either eyeing your husband or eyeing your wife. Secure your marriage and make sure you set boundaries. Set boundaries as a man. I'm not addressing boys, I'm not addressing guys, I'm addressing men. I have the authority to talk to elders, to speak to leaders. I breed leaders. Anyways, let's continue. Secure your marriage. Your marriage should not be like the Garden of Eden. Okay. The consequences, okay, no problem. Let's continue. I am writing specifically to people in committed relationships, like Eden's paradise. Wealth, a beautiful home, and a good job will not secure your marriage. That's why Dangote, Elon Musk, Bill Gates, etc. are single. Adam had wealth. He had paradise as home and had a good job, yet his relationship with Eve was at the mercy of serpents. In other words, what this paragraph is trying to highlight is this. Adam wasn't a poor man. Adam had everything in his reach. He could get food anywhere in his home because Garden of Eden was actually his home. So Adam was not a poor man, Adam was rich. Adam had everything. But what Adam failed to do was to secure all those things that he had. He fails to put boundaries. And because he failed to put boundaries, the consequences of it is that a serpent penetrated it. Let's continue. Let's be fast. We don't have time. Even though you are rich, go and ask Bill Gates, go and ask Dangote. No matter how rich, your money will not save your marriage. You don't be deceived by thinking, let me work hard and make money. When I make money, I will have a peaceful marriage. It doesn't work that way. There are some basic principles. If you fail to follow those principles, the consequences is serious. Anyways, let's continue. Ireti Doyle, sorry if I cannot pronounce it well, and her husband Doyle had wealth, a beautiful home, etc. Yet Ireti confessed that her marriage was simply a perfect picture, but an ugly reality. At the bottom of every destroyed marriage or relationship is the voice of the serpent. The serpent now speaks through social media feminists and Twitter misogynists. They tell you that your partner, I don't agree with partner, I say that again, your wife, you are the husband and your wife is your wife, it's not partner. It's not perfect for you, but who is even perfect? Now, what this paragraph is trying to entail is that you will be hearing a lot of news, a lot of stories, a lot of things that your husband or your wife is not good for you. They will be highlighting the imperfect aspect of a perfect man to you. All but to get your attention. All but to get their selfish interest. All but to destroy your home. All but to be that serpent who will crawl in and deceive Eve. In the context of marriage. Give no room as a man for any serpents to come in. And Eve, too, understand one thing, Eve, that no matter how in this world, nobody will ever really in their heart really want your progress apart from your family. Apart from your parents, apart from your real family. Don't really care about what people are saying. Because what they are saying, they are trying to, even them that they are talking, they are even admiring, wishing that they can come in. Give them opportunity and see how they will flock in. The people that are criticizing Choma, if the video offer that women who would want to marry David, you will see the kind of application that will come in. The same people that will criticize Choma will go in there and marry. But when you are so impulsive like Eve, that is why in the very first place as a man, your responsibility is not for you to even allow the serpent to crawl in first. Talk more of that serpent penetrating your wife. Let's continue. We don't have much time. Dear men, Mr. Charles continue writing. Dear men, beware of content creators who label you simp for being caring and understanding. Dear women, beware of any feminist who calls you a slave for being submissive and accountable. There are now more influencers influencing people from their dangerous misogyny or extreme feminism. Beware of such. Beware of such. Now, let me explain that. Each paragraph I try to explain. As a wife and even as a man, beware of who influences you online. I don't even understand how a man should be influenced by what you should be influenced to the extent of your core values. Don't you have a core value as a man? Shouldn't family be part of your core value? So if family is your core value and you have a stand in what you believe in that is true and is good, should someone that on his camera talk to you influence you to change your core value? How does that even make any sense as a man? Except you are telling me that you are a boy, a little boy, can be influenced easily. Why should men be influenced? Except this influence is giving you everlasting peace. Except this influence is bringing productivity and positive growth to your life, then you embrace it. Then you embrace it. If it is not to the extent of family, why should anybody talking online influence you face, be it a man or be it a woman? So even as a woman, you don't know that you're supposed to place family as your number one core value, where nothing in this life can shift your belief. Except it's shifting it for better and for best. You don't know. Anyways, let's continue. I want to speak more specifically to someone whose marriage is at the mercy of a crooked serpent. You know that the problem in your marriage is the handwork of a third party who hijacked the mind of your partner. It could be their friend or even a total stranger who gains access to their vulnerability. And now your partner is feeding you the same junk with which they were fed. Don't blame your partner. Blame yourself. You failed to secure your territory. You failed to secure your territory. Now, at this point, at this paragraph, Charles is blaming the men. At first, you're supposed to secure your territory first so that nothing crawling. Secondly, you're supposed to have molded this woman to a fame level that it is not easy for what she sees online to influence her belief. You are busy playing too much love in place of where you're supposed to do absolute grooming. Absolute grooming. And when the serpent enters, they corrupt the mind. In the place where Adam was supposed to groom Eve, Adam was busy playing love with Eve. So when serpent came, it was very, very easy for serpent to turn the mind of Eve against Adam by making Eve to disobey Adam. Because Adam gave Eve a direct instruction. But what Adam failed to understand, that after giving instruction, Adam would have set up institutions that would have mandated that instructions to stand. But no. Adam was busy chasing money and neglected securing his home. Let's round up the post. Anyways, that's direct message to me. Now, he continued writing. That was Adam's first mistake. He failed to create a boundary between his new family and the animals. That's the mistake some of us are making also. You are failing to build a fence around your family to keep dangerous animals away. Hear this. Prayer or crying cannot secure what you expose. Be intentional. Keep your relationship away from social media and third parties. I have said it already. Don't use your relationship to create content. You are not Israel DMW and Sheila. You are not Hile Doche and me. I said this already in the beginning. Do not have that impulsive push of bringing your private marital life to social media. There is no way it will not ruin it. There is no way. Don't bring it. Oh, this thing happened. This is what happened. This is what happened. This is what happened. Please. Secure your home and preserve it first. Secure your home and preserve it. Create privacy. Anyways, that one is self-explanatory. From the day I understood the porosity of Eden and the principle of privacy, my life has never been the same. I enjoy rest. The kind of rest that only comes from security. I am extremely private about my private life. In fact, I block people who do not respect this boundary. They are not as caring as they appear. They are just a bunch of noisy gossips fishing for rumors. Starve them. Mr. Charles said, starve them. Have a habit. This is me explaining that paragraph. Always as a man or as a woman, have this habit of having a private life. See, the reason why a lot of things is happening to you is because you cho too much. You don't even have a private moment and a private life for yourself. You have this habit of always telling, hey, she's my friend, she's my bestie, she's my bestie, she's my bestie. And you pour out your plans, your everything without even actualizing these things. And before you know, you see the repercussion of it. Have a private moment. People coming in to ask you stupid questions in touch with your private life, they don't mean you good. They are just coming to try to know if you are really making progress in life or if you are stagnant, so that they can go at the back and gossip you and laugh at you. Why are you people not seeing this thing? Why? What is so hard with you having a private moment? Everybody around me, you only know what I want you to know. You see all my videos, I only tell you specifically what I have finished processing and know that this one I want you to know about it. Know it, and I have a reason why I want you to know about it. And I have other part of me that there is nothing that can make me share it with you. No matter what you are, no matter what, and no matter how close you are to me. I don't even have close, all that, close. I have a private life. It's just a discussion. Maybe we just have a public discussion on public matters. Mr. Charles continue writing. There is someone who is reading this post who needs to set boundaries. Listen, if you are listening to this video, set boundaries. You need to put a stop to people asking you unnecessary questions about your relationship and your marriage. He did not ask marriage, I'm adding marriage. Your relationship is your marriage. I don't care whether they are your pastors. He said he doesn't care. Family, etc. Beware of questions like, when will your husband, wife get a job and help in paying bills? Respond to such with, how is that your business? Oh, I love that reply. How is that your business, Oga or Ma? And block such people. Do not be kind with people who ask insensitive and disrespectful questions about your partner, about your husband, or about your wife. Your husband is your glory. Rebuke it immediately. He did not write it. That's me explaining in that place. Rebuke it immediately. Your husband is not a public discussion. Your wife is not a debate topic. If anybody asks you some sensitive, rebuke it immediately. Let them go and build their own life. If their life is that colorful and beautiful, why is the society full of divorces? Can we go back and have private moments with family and build and secure family? That we won't have a better society if the family is not protected and secured. If you cannot even secure and preserve your family as a man, how will you preserve the society? How will you protect the society? Oh, you have failed to understand that as a man, you were born for the family and for the society. Anyways, let's continue. Sometimes you don't want to be angry, but along the line, the thing will provoke you. And block such people. Do not be kind with people who ask insensitive and disrespectful questions about your partner. Avoid anyone who suggests that your partner is cheating. They don't care about you. They want your relationship destroyed. If you settle for polygamy, listen, now Charles is talking about me. If you settle for polygamy, avoid people who question your decisions. We all know what's best for us. Charles, I close that topic with that beautiful closure. I said, if you are like me that believes in polygamy, don't listen to people who will tell you that polygamy is a sin. They ask them, where in the Bible is it recorded that polygamy is a sin? Ask them, where was Jesus Christ ever crucified or talked about polygamy? David was polygamous, and God even called him a man after my heart. Of all the millions, of all the thousands of wives Solomon had, God never condemned it for 1 second, for 1 minute. If anybody is asking you, why are you marrying this, don't turn a day. In fact, ask them, how is that your business? How is that your business? You have your own that you are doing. Am I coming in to prognose in your own? How is that your business? My family is my territory. Don't trespass, don't ask questions. You ask me a question, I return it back to you. It determines my mood, and then I will reply you softly. Don't ask me about my family. Are you coming to add any value to what I am building? Except you are bringing positive impact to my family. You are bringing positive impact. Maybe you have an idea that will boost the economy and all of that of my family. You bring it up. But don't bring unnecessary. I'm not interested. I've chosen my path. You choose yours. All right, let's continue. Let me not be too personal. All right. Where did I stop? We all know, okay, if you settle for polygamy, avoid people who question your decisions. We all know what's best for us. Respect mine, that's my boundary, and I will respect yours, which is your boundary. Don't trespass. Do not overshare your marital bliss or chores on social media. Go on that vacation in peace and come back without oversharing. Whether you are happy or unhappy in your relationship, keep it away from the public. Do not use your marriage to pay them on social media. And if you break up, just do it quietly without noise. I know a friend of mine who got divorced 9 years ago and never said a word. He tried another relationship but didn't succeed, and he went back to his wives quietly. Had he announced his divorce publicly, it wouldn't have been easy remarrying his ex-wife. Today, they are happy and rebuilding privately. You don't owe anyone updates about your marriage or relationship. That's the end of that paragraph. It's still buttressing on privacy. Another full paragraph still explaining privacy. You don't owe anyone any of these things as a man. Your destiny is solely in your hands. Nobody should influence how you want to build your life. If it is so good, if what they are, you would have seen the result in their own life. But if you turn around, you see that they are having divorces everywhere, their marriage is scattering everywhere, women are doing this to their men are doing this, abusing. Yesterday, they sentenced this man. Ekweme. Even when autopsy showed that it was cancer, a female judge sentenced that man to death by hanging. Allegedly, because I've not really seen a video where he's hanging. But that's the news that is circulating. Just because maybe he beats the woman. Let me not even go there. Now, had Adam encountered a post like this, had Adam had encountered this kind of video review I'm doing with the post that this guy is writing, he continued writing, he would have secured his home portal, and the serpent that deceived Eve would have died without executing his evil plans. Had Adam secured, that's the end of that paragraph. Had Adam secured the Garden of Eden and said, this one is my home, this is where I live. Snake, serpent, stay there, don't come this side. Animal, stay there, don't come this side. The serpent wouldn't have crawled in to corrupt the ideology of his wife. Let's continue. I don't mean to scare you, but if you don't take the privacy of your home serious, you risk losing your paradise. I know people who used to live in paradise before, who now hide under trees for shelter because they allowed a serpent to manipulate the mind of their partner. He said that he has seen people who had homes, who had paradise, who had food, who had money and have everything. But serpents crawled in, polluted the mind of your wife, and your wife chased you out of the house. And today you are sleeping under the bridge. It's because you did not encounter the video or my video like this, or the day I catch you on my YouTube channel, I will cook you until you become a man. I will cook you until I am satisfied that you are now a man to resume leadership. Anyways, let's continue. He doesn't mean to scare you. But if you do not, and I mean too, I don't mean to scare you, guy. If that's your marriage, that's your beautiful home, if you don't secure it, if you don't protect it, if you don't guard it, you are already building a temporary destructive marriage waiting to collapse. Anyways, let's continue. Let's round up. Wherever there is an Eve, your wife, privacy and security is vital, because every Eve is an expensive treasure desperately searched for by both men and beasts. Let me read that again. Follow me. When I say follow me, it means pay attention very well. Let me read this paragraph again, so that you know that let me just pay attention. Wherever there is an Eve, privacy and security is very, very essential. This is me explaining. Wherever there is a woman, if privacy and security is not there, that is why if you check the life of a woman, the father will privately and protectively guard that child growing up as a female child. they will not easily, in our culture, they will not easily release that child to the society. The child will not, there is nothing like you are releasing a female child into the society to go and do what? Who is protecting her? That is why the society is the way it is that we are having now, the rate of hookups, girls, and all of that. It's because the father that was supposed to privately protect that child and secretly transfer the dignity of that child to the husband, and the husband will continue shielding too. Where Adam is, if it is not, I don't know how you people will understand this thing. If serpent came in and was talking to Adam, not Eve, if serpent was talking to Adam, Adam would have used logic to understand that serpent is either lying or saying the truth. But Eve doesn't have the logic to understand what serpent is saying. So Eve needs to always be guided. Because Eve is impulsive in nature. It's not a bad thing that Eve doesn't have logic. Where you keep a woman, it must be private and it must be protected at all costs. If anybody tries to trespass, it's a threat. We put our life to protect our home and preserve our wives and children. What are you saying? A man die so that the home will be preserved. If any of my wife that I need to, on my children, I need to give something for her, I die for it. That is how vital a man is. So this thing that I can put my life to it, I need to protect it and preserve it at all costs. Don't go there. Insult me, do anything with me. Don't trespass with my wife. I will kill you, God forbid. I think I will censor that kill you or not. YouTube, take it off. Take it. YouTube, I did not mean. Do not trespass my wife. Honestly, I don't even know what you are saying. I don't want YouTube to censor this video. But the repercussion will be very, very drastic. Because I can even die for them to live. Because they hold the preservation of the next future. They are preserving the home. Let this one that preserve life, let this one be protected. Let this one be shielded. Let this one not be exposed. Have you wondered why in the north, there is a lower level of immorality in the society? Because they not understand, and the Arab understand one thing, that their women need to be secretly protected. That when you expose them, they lose value. And when they expose them, it is not good. Number one, they don't have the logic to be able to even understand when they are loosed. So therefore, they need to be protected at all costs. You don't open your family for serpents to crawl in place. I think that's the end of the post. Even on social media, Mr. Charles continued writing, summary, we don't run an open door policy. We are careful and intentional. That's why I block people who display serpenting character here. Eden had no privacy. Adam had no boundaries. Don't be like Adam. Set boundaries and enforce privacy. Remember, the success of a marriage is not a function of the paradise you live in, but the boundaries that you set. When I say that this man is very, very intelligent, you think that he's a genius. He's not, at that level, he's a genius. At that level, he's a genius. Even though I disagree in some of the things that he says, majority of the things he said, I agree. I always agree. And even though I disagree, I will create an opposite perspective to answer that question, to tackle it. That is how intelligent people think. Try to view life, at the end of this, try to view life in multiple perspectives. Stop viewing life in only one perspective. Number 2, set boundaries in family and understand that family needs to be private. Family is not supposed to be public because a woman is there. If it is only men, it can be public. But when a woman is there, it has to be private. It has to be secure. It has to be protected by all costs. That is a treasure. Where there is treasure, why is central bank so secretively protected? Because money is there. They don't want you to know what they are using to produce that, to print that money. You go, these soldiers are there guiding it, protecting it. Go to Aso Rock, you will see that it is a treasure. That is why they protect it. Your family is supposed to be your treasure as a man. Your greatest treasure, Mark. This is me, Ebre, so your revolutionary thinker talking. Your greatest treasure in life is not money. If you like, bring $1 billion. It's not equivalent to family. Family is the greatest treasure of a man. Because that is where his life is. That is where his root is. That is where his strength is. Your treasure, your wife is your treasure, your kids, that is where life is. The next generation is there. So where the next generation is needs to be preserved, need to be protected at all cost. I wish I'm able to explain this thing in a way that you understand. This video is already 45 minutes. I will round up here. I will always do the thinking for us. This is the only video I will teach today. Today is my off day, so let me enjoy my off day and have my quiet moments. Embrace your quiet, your revolutionary thinking. Your revolutionary thinker. I will always do the thinking for us.